and welcome to this tutorial about Spring Boot. And today I will be just making a video about how to prepare to get ready for learning Spring Boot, and I will be showing you what skills and tools you will require during our journey of learning Spring Boot. So, in order to be really successful in this course, there are few things that you need to know and few prerequisite tools that you will need. And first and foremost, you need to have a relatively strong skill set in Java. Now I'm not going to put a requirement of Java 1.8, but in all reality, we are not going to use much of newer syntax in 1.8. You can definitely use 1.9, but some of Spring Boot functionality isn't quite mature enough with 1.9. So I would stick with 1.8. You need to have then you need to have a working knowledge of Spring framework. And now I don't expect you to be an expert in Spring, but at least understand the basics of configuration and running Spring applications. And I'm also going to ask you to have a basic understanding of Maven. There are things to be there are like times when I'm going to jump to the command line and enter some Maven commands, as we saw in our last video, to package and to run. And I want you to at least understand what I'm doing when I run a clean package or just Maven clean. And I'm also not going to spend a lot of time on the functions of an IDE. Now I use Eclipse Neon, but that's my choice. You can definitely get by with Community Edition or with any JetBrains or STS, and it's all up to you. But I do want you to know how to use an ID. And now, as far as the basic prerequisites, so as I said, Java JDK kit should be there on your computer, and then Maven 3.x. Um, you you have to have Maven 3.x. If you are going to do it with Maven 2, it's not just going to work. Spring Boot requires Maven 3 to work properly, and then any modern IDE. And there are few other things which you will require, like an um, text editor tool. I will be using Atom or sometimes VI to directly modify some of my files from command line. You can definitely use whatever tools you are comfortable with. And on my Chrome, I have installed JSON Visualizer to see JSON files properly in a web browser. And it's just an example. You can There are several out there on extensions and plugins available on the market. You can just install them on your Chrome. I will be using Chrome extensively to work in this tutorials. Then I would like to ask you to install a couple tools that you can remove at later point of time. The first is Spring Boot command line interface, and I have got a link here that you can go to understand how to install, and it gives you really detailed instructions. And I will be posting this link in um, that details about this video, so you can get all the links from there. And then what you need in our future tutorials, we will be going through creating some asynchronous messaging pattern, and we are going to use ActiveMQ or RabbitMQ. You can have both of them, and we will be using this, and there are links to install them. I will be putting these also in details section below. You can get that also. And also you will need a way to make HTTP request. You can either use Postman, curl, or HTTP py. So it's up to you, whichever tool you are comfortable with. So these are few things which you will require. And so I will see you in the next chapter. So do like and subscribe. Thank you so much.